Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, but welcome to my channel if you're new here, or you're just stumbling across me in the like YouTube Netherlands or whatever. I'm Jermaine Jagger, and welcome to my channel. On my channel, I tend to talk about a little bit of everything that interests me. So today I'm going to be having a little story time, a little Dear Diary, a little rant, a little life update. I don't think I've ever had one of those on this channel. So I'm kind of excited to like dive in, talk about some things that's been on my mind. Maybe they've been on your mind too. On any of my platforms, I like to divulge about things that might be going on in my life that might be bothering me, because it might be something that someone else is dealing with too. And I've always found that the relatability of certain things can be helpful, because I know it helps me to know that I'm not alone on that journey. So it might help someone else to know that they're not alone as well. So if you don't feel like listening to a little rant, a little life update, then you can go on to another channel. I'm sure there'll be more out there to divulge. For some reason, my flip phone's going off. But yeah, so let's get into it. What do I want to talk about first? Living in Florida. Living in Florida has been really interesting. I feel like I mostly spend time with my family. In case none of you knew, I moved from New York City a year ago. It's officially a year ago today. So that's another reason why I'm doing a life update. Since I've moved back to Jacksonville, because I'm originally from Jacksonville, but I lived in New York City for like over 15 years. But since I've been back, it's been really interesting. I absolutely love the weather for the most part. Today it's super chilly. That's why I'm wearing my house coat, even though I'm getting really warm, as I always do. But yeah, I mean, my part of Florida is Jacksonville, so it hasn't really been that bad when it comes to like politics and things like that. I feel like Jacksonville is pretty open-minded when it comes to a lot of things versus other parts of like the South or Florida in general. So that's been pretty good, but I do spend most of my time with my family. I feel like as my parents have gotten older, I've been wanting to spend more time with them, because you never know how much longer a person has on this earth. And I absolutely love my parents. And I feel like as I've gotten older, I've been trying to take care of them the same way they've taken care of me. So like on the weekends, I always take them out to lunch because we like to be out in the streets early. So like I'm only off on the weekends. I do work from home. So like a Saturday, I might take them out for like lunch, and then I might, you know, run some of my errands, etc., because I don't drive, because I just can't, y'all. These streets are crazy, especially in Florida. Some of these people drive like bats out of hell, and I mean that literally. I'm like, where are you even going? It's crazy. So I'm just like, I can't do it. Like, I thanked my dad the other day because I was like, thank you so much for driving for me, because like, yeah. But like, I always take them out. I always try to gift them things too if I can. Like my mom, like, you know, my dad, like he likes for nothing. He wants nothing. But like my mom, she loves like nice fragrances like Mugler and stuff like that. So whenever I see a deal, I try to pick it up for her. Things like that. So that's pretty much been my life in Florida. I haven't been doing much. I've like barely gone out. It's crazy. And I feel like after living so long in New York, you kind of need a break from like going out and like doing stuff all the time, because I feel like in New York it's like non-stop, but like here I feel like I like what, it's almost like, what's the point of me going to a bar? Like, yeah, I would love to meet people, but I'm also very much a hermit crab, where I'm just like, I just want to be in my own elements, in my own like elements. No, I feel like, but I do need to venture out. I know I do. I know I need to put myself out there more. It's just so tricky. It's just like so tricky. I don't know. It's a very interesting dynamic. But maybe, you know, this year, because it's a new year. I've been in Florida for a year now, living my own place, re-signed my lease, love this apartment. Maybe I'll venture out more. Maybe I will. Speaking of venturing out, next topic, dating. Dating has been weird. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And I hate that, like, at this stage in my life, I have to even care about it. Hate it. People are so extremely shady. Now, I'm going to say that at this point of the video, this might get a bit negative, but I feel like there's going to be definitely some people out there, especially people of color, that can relate to what I'm going to say. There are some very shady, awful people out there. And even if you're not a person of color, the first thing I'm going to talk about with dating, I feel like anyone can relate to. There's some shady people out there, especially on dating apps, where it's like they get off on luring you in, having like these long conversations with you, knowing so much about you, and then all of a sudden disappearing, ghosting for no reason. I am so sure I'm not the only one dealing with that. But I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what? Why waste your energy and mine just messaging back and forth endlessly? What are you getting out of that? I don't fucking understand it. It like blows my mind. So like now at this point, like if someone's talking way too much, I'm like, this don't seem right. Because I've had people that like talk. And when I say talk, I mean like text, message. Then they want to take it to like Snapchat. And I'm just like, Snapchat is shady, honey. No, I don't know if I can, I've had some interactions on Snapchat. It is so stupid. I hate that platform. I feel like if you're trying to drag me onto Snapchat, then there's something going on there that I'm, So like, you know, people dragged me to Snapchat before and I'm just like, no. But it's just like this constant messaging just seems odd. It's like, how about we take it off of this, we meet, and then we talk even more. If they don't want to do that, then something's up. And I don't know what's up, but I don't have time to waste. This is weird, you know? And like, you know, some people are just, you know, they'll be like, okay, yeah, let's totally meet up Friday at 3. Thursday comes around, you message them, hey, we're still on for Friday at 3, let me know. You know, just to confirm your plans. You wait 2 hours, you go back and look, you're blocked. Blocked. What the fuck was that? It's just so weird. There's some weird fucking shady people. There's some shady activity going on. I got blocked from Tinder. And I think the reason I got blocked from Tinder, which blows my mind because I'm never a terrible person to anyone. So I don't know what do you call it? Their restrictions or something I violated? Policy got violated? I think it's because I was calling people out. When I say calling people out, I was reporting profiles that were totally bullshit. Because there's people that will swipe right on Tinder and have no intention of talking to the person at all. But not only the swiping right, but people will reach out and be like, hey, you want to buy this from me? And I'm just like, bitch, this ain't no fucking Craigslist shopping app. What the fuck? I ain't no Amazon. So it's just like, you know, so it'll just be like, oh my God, I'm reporting this person because they shouldn't be wasting anyone else's fucking time. Oh my God, sorry about the like language in this episode, but it's just like, it's crazy out there. If you don't have to deal with this, count your blessings. The dating world and the social dating world, media, whatever, dating, whatever, is crazy. It's annoying as fuck and a waste of time. I'm taking a break from it because there's been really some things on there that has been bothering my mental health. And sometimes you just have to take a break for yourself. Like when it comes to race issues, and this is everywhere because I had the same stuff happen in New York City. So you can't just say that I'm in Florida. This has been going on for so long with not just me, but they have a preference. Preference is for car colors. You go to a a car lot, and you choose a car color that is of your preference. Preferences of music genre. Preferences of art styles. Preference should not be based on race. A person's race should not be a fucking preference. Like, that is twisted to me. I could never tell someone I'm not dating you or hooking up with you even because of your race. Because I would never feel that way in my heart. It is fucked up. And I don't know if it's because I'm black that I see it this way, because there are a lot of white people that I've interacted with on these apps. And I'm not saying all white people, not saying that. So don't go there. There's a lot of I would say there's a lot of interactions I've had. I would say there's a lot of interactions I've had with white people that are just like, will just ignore me because of my race. Or they'll like, there's this thing that I did where I didn't post, I had no picture on my profile and I had no race or ethnicity on my profile. And I got so many more messages than when I did have my race listed or my photo. And I thought that was interesting. And then some of the men would be like, are you white? Well, I'll give you two instances. So there was one guy that messaged, we were chatting, and he seemed really into like everything. And then he asked me, so are you white, black, Hispanic, what? I was like, I'm black. Is that an issue? You know what he did? He didn't even just ignore me. He blocked me. After all that messaging back and forth, blocked me because of my race, because of my skin color. That's fucking nuts. Then recently I had a guy message me and we were chatting. He seemed super into it, etc. And then he messaged me just white question mark. Is that a bug? No, something flew by. He messaged me white question mark. I wrote back, why? And he was saying just a question. I wrote, what did I write? I was just like, I don't think it matters. Does it really matter to you? He wrote back, I just had some bad experiences. Okay. You've had a bad experience or two. So does that mean you're gonna just completely write off an entire race because of a bad experience or two? That's fucking nuts. I'm sorry. It like blows my mind. Do you know how many bad experiences black people have had throughout history with white people? I'm not writing any white people off ever in my life. No. Because I think that's complete bullshit. Not everyone is terrible based on their fucking race. Get out of here. So I was like, I'm going to play with this. I told him, I was like, I'm white. But I think it's really ridiculous that you're basing a bad experience on race. And you're going to completely, ignore me if I wasn't white? And he was like, it's just a preference. Like, he actually said this. He said, I don't find Asians attractive. Is that racist? What? And I think he felt comfortable because he thought that I was actually white to fucking say that. I went off because it's fucked up. Who says that? Who? Not only who says that, because there's a lot of hidden racist shit out there where people don't say it, but they feel it. So I'm gonna say, who feels that? Who thinks that? It's fucked up. So I'm just like, I can't deal with this shit anymore. I'm like, if someone's meant for me, hopefully the universe will just send them to me and I'll just know, because it is crazy. It's batshit crazy out there. I can't, for my personal mental health, I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm gonna delete all these apps off my phone. And well, Tinder's already off, and Tinder actually owns like other companies. I think they own Bumble or Hinge, so I can't even sign up for Hinge or Bumble to find a date or for dating or whatever. It's just so fucking shitty. I'm gonna try to think the most positive about it. And like, these people aren't for me. And the right person will come along with my preferences of what I would like for them to be into. Because yes, preference can be based on interests, not on a fucking race. That is crazy. People need to call people out for having preferences on race. That is fucked. I'm sorry. And excuse my language. Maybe I'll edit this. Bleep out my language, because I get very passionate about this. I'm just like, how is this okay? And this stuff needs to be discussed, because it's not being discussed. And I feel like it definitely needs to be, because there are people going through it and it needs to stop. And these sites and stuff, they're like, oh, we're doing better about it. No, you ain't. Because these motherfuckers still out there being like, no Asians, no blacks, white only, or some shit like that. They still on there. They are on there. And I think there's even been statistics done showing that like black women or black men are the least swiped right on certain apps. It's so fucked up. Even the algorithms on social media and maybe even YouTube, I feel like is off. I feel like I feel like there's like definitely an algorithm that can read a skin color. I feel like the world is twisted. The world is sick. And I try to focus on the most positive things. That's why I've like created an environment around myself that just makes me happy, because there's some shady shit out in the world and I just don't want to fucking deal with it. I'm just so tired. I'm exhausted from it. So I'm gonna move on from this topic. But if you have anything that I talk about in this video that you can relate to, please let me know down below. If you want me to elaborate a little bit on it, let me know down below too, because this shit's twisted. Like the experiences that people have to experience in this life, and that certain people have to experience in this life, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Not because of weight, not because of interest, not because of mask, femme, whatever bullshit, but because of race. It's fucked up. It reminds me of in Paris is Burning, when one of the people was saying how you have 3 things against you when you're black, gay, and femme. And then, like, to add to mine, I'm also plus size, so it's crazy. What that girl, what is it? Iggy Azalea say, walk a mile in my shoes. Bitch. Oh, life is just so funny. Let's move on. So speaking of male, female, when it comes to gender, that's another thing that's tricky in life. I've always felt that my gender, next topic, gender. I've always felt that my gender is, I don't know, like, I know when I was younger, I used to love playing with like makeup and stuff like that, and just experimenting with life. It's still a little like that. I don't know, like, I am so thankful. One thing I'm thankful for with social media is that there's been so much light brought to gender and people who live outside the lines. Because prior to that, I thought, like, I was struggling. Prior to that, like, I would say when I lived in Atlanta so many years ago, before, like, social media has been around for a really long time. There's definitely been, like, there was a surge in it, I believe. I don't know when. It was, like, Facebook was popular, but then, like, Instagram and, like, more social issues came to light, especially when it comes to, like, sexual identification. Just things like that. And I'm really thankful because I struggled a lot with my identity, sexual identity, that's what it is. I struggled a lot with that when I was younger because I always felt that I didn't feel like a man and I didn't necessarily feel like a woman. But I know my shell is a man, so I'm not the type of person that's like, don't call me man, even though man is such a harsh term. I don't know. like I know that I look like anyways, my shell, I feel like anyone's shell doesn't necessarily reflect their insides. A shell, our spirits are kept within that shell, and that's how I've always felt. And I felt like my spirit is very balanced, where it's masculine and feminine, but it's definitely more feminine. But I've never really felt the need to change myself. I decorate my shell to reflect my inside when it comes to like clothing and accessories and things like that. I love bright colors. That doesn't, you know, like silly things like that. Like I identify as Jermaine. And I've always saw it like that in some sense. But I always know that people like to put people in boxes. So my surroundings, my outside reflects my inner spirit. And I identify as Jermaine. And that's how it should be. Like, if I could just put when it comes to gender on my license, Jermaine or Jay, we'd be totally happy. Just like, whatever. But like, I'm not gonna tell my mom when she says my son that like, I'm not your son. I just identify as Jermaine. How about that? I'm not gonna be boy, girl, whatever. Any of those words you want to put in there. I can relate as a day. They, them is probably the closest that I actually relate to when it relate to as identity. That's why I remember I was at a bar in New York City and this girl was like, what do you identify as? Right after asking my name, I was like, oh, we doing that now? She's like, what's your name? I was like, Jermaine. And she's like, how do you identify? And I was like, huh? It was so funny, but I appreciated it. It was cute. But I just told her I identify as Jermaine. She was like, cute. I was like, cute. Anyways, so yeah, that's gender. Life is so funny. You have to try to stay positive about things. Like, yeah, I get really butthurt sometimes when I'm interacting with people on those apps that I spoke about. But sometimes you just have to turn that shit off. Look out your window and look at the sunshine and nature and shit. And pray to the universe that something great comes along that loves you for you. Jeremy Scott earrings and all. And like appreciates your laugh, everything about you, wants to go record shopping with you, and just loves you. We need it. Now to the next topic. Business. I'm thinking of starting a business. I'm not thinking about it. I'm working on it. They always say it's best to start your own business if you want to go anywhere in life. As I'm getting older, I would love to start my own business. I went to school for fashion design. That is not what my business is going to be about at all, but it still has that tinge of creativity involved. I'm definitely a creator when it comes to concepts and things like that. So I'm looking forward to starting a business. I hope it can all work out. And I'm not going to say I hope it's going to work out. I know it's going to work out because we have to speak these things into existence. So I know it's going to work out. It has to. And I always hear the stories about people that are like, I took my last $500 and I started my company and now I'm a millionaire. So I just like, let me gather up $500 and see if I can do the same thing. I ain't gonna do no scams, but I'm gonna try to do something, and I'm gonna try to do something that will make me happy. So I feel like making yourself happy in this world is extremely important. You never know how long you're gonna be here, and you got to try to make yourself happy. So I'm definitely working on starting my own business, and every time I work on it, it does make me happy because I feel like it's working on my future, but not only working on my future, but working on something that I feel passionate about and that makes me happy. And I feel like that's extremely important no matter what venture you do. And yeah, not many people know anything about it. Actually, no one really knows anything about it. I'm keeping it really to myself until I can work it all out. Sometimes it's for the best. So yeah, I feel like for, 2023, you see where it goes. Sorry if I'm sniffly. It's a little chilly. Wow. What else? I think that might be it. Oh my God, things are being crazy in the business world though. To keep talking about business, I was gonna try to do another topic, but no, we still on business. Like, oh my God, did you hear about boy smells? They raising their prices. What is that about? Y'all are already expensive. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, refer to my boy smells video. I'll try to link it here or down below, whatever. I got a whole spiel on the boy smells. But now they're raising their prices again. Who y'all trying to be, Diptika? Just like Diptika is already too expensive for no damn reason. I just don't understand it. They're like, because of production and like sources and like things being more money. And I'm like, yeah, girl, but your candles, come on. Come on now. You know y'all ain't spent that much money to make these candles for that much of a higher price. Stop it. But it's okay, because I had enough Boy Smells candles in my back stock. I keep getting messages. I got enough Boy Smells candles in my candle back stock, so I'm good for ever. Because Nordstrom kept having those sales So I stocked up a little bit on the Purple Kush, because that's my favorite. I love Purple Kush. My boy smells so good. Speaking of credit cards, I'm locking some of my credit cards. I ain't got time for it. It's a new year. I gotta get my credit back up. I mean, like, I think since I moved, when I moved, I had to spend a lot of money. And a lot of it I did put on credit cards. And I'm thankful that I had that resource. And I'm so grateful to the universe that I had that resource, but sometimes you have to reel it in. And I've been also getting bored sometimes and looking at Nordstrom.com and seeing all the sales, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna put it on my Nordstrom card. No, I gotta stop that. I got enough of everything. I am wealthy in things that I don't need to buy another fragrance or buy another candle. I'm plentiful. And when I say I have so much, I'm not like a hoarder, but like, you have to realize when you have so much and be grateful for what you have. And I'm at that point where I'm extraordinarily grateful for what I have. So I'm not gonna like, the cup does not need to be runneth over. The cup needs to be full. And the cup is full. And I'm grateful for where the cup is at. So in order to restrict myself from continuing to pour more into that cup, I'm going to lock my credit cards. There's one that I use for grocery shopping. I'm going to keep that one open. That's because I get points from it. But all them other ones, I'm a lock. I don't need no more. I need to increase my credit for my business and be smart about life. Sometimes you got to be reeling in and be smart about life. And shop what you have. I feel like a lot of us that like to shop, we already have a lot of things. So shop your closet. Shop your record collection that you already have. Shop your candle collection that you might already have. You might discover something in the back of your candle back stock that you didn't even know you had. It's like shopping. It's like, I got something new and it's instant. It's not new, but you know what I mean? It's like you forgot you had it. You never know. So yeah, I'm gonna reel it in and I'm gonna lock my cards. So I'm very happy about that. What else is on the docket today? Working out. So have I started working out? I wouldn't call it working out. Like I said, I've been off of social media for a minute. Actually, I didn't even mention that. But yeah, I haven't really been using Instagram a lot. But when I do go on Instagram, sometimes I discover in my Discover page or Explore page, like weightlifting stuff. And I'm like, this is interesting. I don't know why it's inspired me. I think it reminded me that I actually have a gym on my property, in my apartment complex. That's a pretty nice gym that I'm should start using that this year. So I did get over there. They gave me the code to it and it's really cute. I love an elliptical. I do have arthritis in like the knees. I have very flat feet. I'm gonna make a video about that, but you probably I've mentioned my flat feet in previous like shoe reviews on my channel. I'm gonna do another one about another shoe soon, or maybe I've already done it, I don't know. But yeah, like I have flat feet and the arthritis has moved up my joints. So I'm like, I need to start being more active. Because you never realize, like when you work from home and you don't like go out much, your body starts getting less like used to working out and walking and stuff. Not walking, but like being active. So I was like, I have 1 hour lunch breaks. I should go on my lunch break to the gym. Even if it's just 10, 15 minutes. Because any of the heart rate going up is good. So what I'm going to do, and I've already started doing it, is on my lunch break, I'm going to try to do it every single day on my lunch break. Go to the gym, get on that elliptical. Even if it's just for 5-7 minutes. Get on that elliptical. Get that heart rate up. And then I'm also going to like do the workout bench thing where you do like this and you do like this. Because honestly, I need to work on my back muscles, make them stronger. And then I'm going to, they got a Pilates machine in there too, I think. I think it's a Pilates machine, but that thing is low. And I'm like, I don't know if I can squat on this thing and get on it. But it's just like, I'm interested. The girl working there was like, yeah, it's really good for your back. And I was like, oh, I need something good for my back. But I was like, that thing is low. So don't know if I'm gonna get to that point, but it's all about working up to that point. And that's what I want to do. Like, even if I only spend 5 to 7 minutes on an elliptical going fast, it's like you can build that up into 20 minutes. So I want to like start building myself up. I'm also going to start, once I'm done with the gym, because I do really enjoy long walks, especially on a pretty day. There is a pond, gorgeous pond, across from my complex, and there's like a little track, they call it track, like walkway that walks all the way around the pond. So some days I'm gonna just walk all the way around that pond, because that might be 30 whole minutes. But like, yeah, I'm excited to like do that. I've already started doing it. It's really good. I hear it's good for your mental health, which is always very important. So I started doing that. So that's a life update in and of itself. Any little update is all update. So it's always good for the soul, the spirit, and the body, and the mind to get some activity in. I realize this, and I know it can be hard, but it's good to do it, or at least try. Trying is start. So with that being said, this is the end of my video. Like I said before, this is my platform. And everyone needs to rant sometimes. So this was my rant. And I hope you enjoyed it, those that stuck around to the end. Sorry if I'm not looking in the right viewfinder. I swear, I can never tell sometimes. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you can relate to anything that I've said, leave a comment down below. Let me know what's up. And like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye.